And just like that, liberals lose their mind again.
And amen. And boom, shakalaka. Can you give the Lord some praise in here today?
It's been a terrible week for the Democrats out there, for the lunatic left. The Supreme Court came through on three big ones. The beginning of the week, it was religious freedom for schools. They could get religious schools could get the same tax money as public schools. Then we had the conceal and carry case, which makes conceal and carry constitutional across the country. It already was, but the Supreme Court confirmed it for holdouts like New York and California. And then the big one, the Supreme Court reversed Roe v. Wade. What's incredible about this is the liberals' reaction. At the same time they had the January 6th show trials going on TV, you had some of their prominent members pretty much call for insurrection. You had AOC with a bullhorn talking about, getting to the streets. You had Maxine Waters out there yelling, "To hell with the Supreme Court." You had Nancy Pelosi out there talking about there's nothing good about this morning, this dark morning. You had the liberals absolutely melt down, and we knew it was coming. That's why they had the Supreme Court decision leaked in the first place. What was it, about 2 months ago or so it could try to gin up their base, and their base was ginned up. Now, on my radio show, I did predict that there was not going to be widespread protesting and widespread rioting last night. I got a sense that after the summer of 2020, running into 2021, and especially after the whole Justice Kavanaugh assassination attempt, that people are just kind of like sick of it. And the folks who would be out there protesting, the unpaid ones, maybe they're kind of sobering up to the fact that they've been used as pawns. So I made that very bold prediction. I got to tell you, for the most part, I was right. But right here in my own backyard in Phoenix, Arizona, I was wrong. Kinda. Last night we had the Republican Senate's in session. They were having a late night session because they were trying to tie up a very long legislative session. And, well, violence broke out when radical lefties found out that they were in that building. They decided to try to storm the Bastille. That's right. They decided to try to interfere with the political body. That's called insurrection. Check it out. Beating on the doors, demanding to get inside. It's crazy time. This is the left. Now you would think, with all that is going on television, with Nancy Pelosi, with the January 6th commission, you would think that these liberals who have to be, eating this up because they're trying to get rid of President Trump, you would think that they would actually think about not doing what you just saw them do. See, if it were not for double standards, the left would have no standards at all. And here they are, storming the Arizona State Senate building because they're upset about the Supreme Court decision. Now, there's something that you need to know here, a very, very special caveat. This crowd did not form because of the Supreme Court decision. It didn't. This was a group of people who had already planned to be there. You had the Phoenix Party for Socialism. You had the Libertarian and the Phoenix branch of radical women there. Now, the people that they did not plan on being there, who were surprised, is you did have Antifa show up. Antifa did show up, and that's when the police realized, you know what, we have to take we have to take control of the situation. If you didn't know it, the Phoenix police, well, they don't play that. When they tried to bring the noise, during the Georgia Floyd riots, Jerry Williams, police chief here, she handled her business. Now in Scottsdale and other places, they did not. But in Phoenix, business was handled. And last night down at the Capitol, business was handled. Here we go. No, I shouldn't laugh. I shouldn't laugh. See, this was the amateur hour. This was Antifa. They would have had battlefronts. They would have had lines. Antifa was down there, but not enough to be really organized. So when the police came out and scattered the place, they scattered. We had a couple of palm fires to catch on fire and stuff like that, but it really wasn't any big deal. For the media that wants to say that this was a peaceful protest, okay, fine. What I'm trying to tell you is the American people are absolutely tired of the double standards. Absolutely tired of it. I don't care where you stand on January 6th. This whole thing is overplayed. It's overdone. It's obvious that the media is trying to use it as a weapon to destroy the America First agenda. Okay, fine. But when you get a Supreme Court justice's life threatened because of your rhetoric, when you have people protesting illegally in front of Supreme Justices' homes by your rhetoric, and when you have this kind of stuff happening, well, you're responsible. And that's what the American people realize. And that's why this too shall fail. I understand you had some folks protesting on the freeway out in Los Angeles last night. That didn't go too well. And as you continue to try to do that, people are going to get hurt. People are going to get killed, probably on the left, the stupid people who are blocking freeways. Here's the bottom line. Last week, and especially with the overturning of Roe v. Wade, you had the Democrats' chickens come home to roost. Back in 2008, you had Barack Obama. He promised fundamental transformation. He got it yesterday when the Supreme Court fundamentally transformed America to move them back towards moral decency. More importantly, move them back towards the Constitution. And something else that is absolutely delicious about this that most of the media are not talking about. Clarence Thomas. Clarence Thomas has been front and center on the whole overturning Roe v. Wade. Absolutely against abortion. The fact that he was prominent in this whole thing, the fact that now you have enough justices on the court to put John Roberts in his place, it has to be absolutely delicious for Justice Thomas for this reason alone. It was Joe Biden that tried to derail his Supreme Court confirmation. Do you remember? It was Joe Biden. They had so much success with borking Robert Bork, getting rid of that conservative jurist. They tried to do the same thing with Judge Thomas. Judge Thomas, in the end, stood up for himself and said in front of that Senate committee, this is nothing more than a high-tech lynching of an uppity black man. That forced Joe Biden's racist assets to back up and to back down. He was shamed into decency. Yesterday, Supreme Court Justice Thomas got his comeuppance. And listening to Biden's speech afterwards, talking about, the Supreme Court and how this was wrong, I just laughed at the history of this. The history between these two men and Joe Biden, who become the chief wrecker when it comes to conservative justices being considered for the Supreme Court. This was just so good to see, to understand that history and to see not only the chickens come home to roost for the Democrats with Obama, with the fundamental transformation, but also a slap upside the head of Joe Biden, who tried to destroy Clarence Thomas's career. This is my YouTube channel. I hope you enjoy the commentary that you hear here. If so, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Hit that little notification bell. Every time we come up with a new video, you will be notified. Until we meet again, I got to tell you, let's go.